Welcome to See Me at Sea. In this week's episode, using nothing but my wits and an insatiable need to go sailing, I managed to turn what could have been 2 days snuggled under the covers into a full-blown 1-week cold with a nasty fever. So come along and watch me make terrible life decisions.
Hi, my name is Nova Luman and I am a solo sailor. For 5 years, I completely renovated my sailboat, a beautiful old vessel from the 1970s. And in the summer of 2021, I set sail without any timeline for returning home. On board with me is my loyal companion, my dog Nano.
Finally, this season has started. It's been really late this year because it's been so cold and dry. But finally, we got bilberries or wild blueberries or Swedish blueberries or whatever you want to call them.
Good morning. I've been in this anchorage for 2 days and I'm sick. And I had really planned to go, it's Saturday today, and I had really planned to go all the way to Norrtälje. But now I think I'm just gonna try to get anywhere. Even if I just get 2 miles closer, that's gonna have to be fine. I've got headwinds. And it's a really tight space, like it's just a tight space all the way up there, so no long tacks for this guy. Even if I'm just going like a few hours, I'm definitely gonna have to do like 10-15 tacks. So I'm just gonna try to lug my smaller Genoa up, even though the winds are gonna be super light, but I can't tack with the big one because I have to furl it, and that's just, it takes all the fun out of the tacking. So I'm gonna lug that one up and try to haul anchor and go. So wish me luck. Alright people, I guess we're ready. I've put the sail out. I didn't hang it on yet because I want more space when I'm getting the anchor up. But I tied it down and I added the sheets and I stowed the paddleboard and I moved all the halyards that need moving and removed the boom cover. So I think that's it. I'm not gonna film myself hauling the anchor because then I have to like do more work than it already is. But I'll see you on the seas. Oh god, it's done. I'm all sweaty. I have a windlass, so I'm usually not overhanding it, but it's a manual windlass, so it still requires a little bit of work. I only had 20 meters of chain out and like there wasn't even any wind, so I didn't have to fight anything. I just had to get it up. That was it. But I'm still super sweaty. Okay, let's go. Let's get this bread or whatever it is you're supposed to get. Oh my god, and I also have to get some tissues for my nose. I haven't even gotten the head sail up yet, and it's already started to rain. I've been seeing like low-flying swallows since last night, so I knew it was gonna rain, but I hope that I had a little more time. If I get cold and wet, then I'm gonna be stuck battling this cold for the rest of the week. So I think I'm just gonna find somewhere to hide out and hope that it doesn't rain tomorrow.
The anchor is down. I made it 2 entire nautical miles. But you know what? That's 2 miles I don't have to make tomorrow.
I think this was the right call. It's nice to get to be, you know, somewhere else. There's more space here for Nano to roam. The other one, it was just like houses everywhere. And you know, when you're sick and you're starting to be like, you know, you don't have any balance and you're like, your thoughts are really slow. I have sailed with a fever. Like, I've pulled an all-nighter, stayed awake with a fever. I've like had sails burst on me when I have had a migraine. So I know that I can do all these things while super sick, but I don't have to. I don't have to today. It's a bit disappointing. I was really looking forward to getting to Norrtälje today, because then I could go to the store tomorrow. But you know, the store will still be there. So if I rest up today, maybe I'll feel better tomorrow. Maybe I'll get all the way tomorrow, or I won't. Either way, I'll get there someday. I put away everything except for the head sail, because I should have before it got wet, but it's just trash anyways, and I don't have any energy, so I just decided to save the main and spend my last energy inflating the paddleboard, and now it's really starting to rain, so it's perfect timing. I'm gonna take Nano ashore, and then I am going to go inside and stay inside under a blanket for the rest of the day.
Nano fell in the water this morning. He was jumping onto the paddleboard. Yeah, I know, baby, I know. I know, it's terrible. It's terrible. He's been so confident lately. I knew it was gonna happen at some point, because he's getting sloppy as he's getting confident. This is actually the first time he's ever fallen off jumping on the paddleboard. He's fallen between the dinghy and the boat a couple of times, because he used to be super confident, and he would jump, like, even before we got to the boat, he would jump like a meter away, which, you know, obviously at some point he's gonna miss, which he did. So now he's really careful on the dinghy. Yes, I know, baby. I know. It's terrible. It's terrible. I'm telling the people how awful it is. Yes, it's not your fault. You're just a baby. But he's actually never fallen off the paddleboard. So this is the first. Yeah. Time of year where every time I weigh anchor, even if I've just been here for a day, it's covered in fish eggs. I always feel so bad. I try to put them back, but they're really hard attached. Like,
this off. Blech, it's so slimy. There we go.
Completely becalmed. I was hoping to be able to make like at least 2 knots under sail, but I was making like 0.5. So I guess we're motoring, and I hate motoring. At least Nano is feeling a little better. And all the towels I used to dry him with are hanging out here to dry themselves. Also his raincoat that got completely soaked when he fell in the water. You guys, I'm doing 2 knots under sail, and like the sails can barely lift the sheet. Like it's stuck to like this clothespin or something because it's too light. But I am. Oh, 2.5 knots. My goodness, look at us go. You're doing 3.7. No. Okay, this is where you don't leave. Important jobs. To silly electronics. Okay, wait. Getting back on course. Okay. Full sails. And 3.77, 78. Oh my god. We're flying, you guys. I didn't doubt it for a second. maybe 1 second. I was actually doing like 4.5 knots for quite some time, but I didn't film any of it because I've been on the phone for most of the day with various people. But yeah, the wind died again. But I just want to show you guys, it's so pretty here. I don't even really know where I am. I know where I am, obviously I could point it out on a map, but I've just never been right here before, and it's so pretty. Look at all of these tiny little islands. They're just hanging out here. Some birds. And yeah, it's just stunning. So this gorgeous place that I felt like I just had to film and show you, I actually decided to just drop the hook here and stay. I've been trying to go just as far north as I can get, but I'm not getting very far in these light winds, and I decided kind of to go to another anchorage that was just like a mile and a half more north. And I'm a very, like, when I set my mind to something, then that's the only thing that exists, and I'm trying to like get used to, you know, making decisions like, is this a good thing to hold on to, or have I just like hitched my wagon to this for no reason? But yeah, I felt like, okay, well, a mile and a half, sure, it is something. It is like 20% closer to where I'm going. No, 20%. I meant 2%. But at the same time, it's only a mile and a half. And this place was so pretty. Oh, and it's just like, it's not marked as an anchorage, so I'm hoping that other people won't think of it as an anchorage. Like, it's fairly deep between like pretty much all of these, but right where I am, it's only 5 meters deep, so it's perfect to anchor. And there's so many little islands. And I'm gonna work tomorrow, so having some place where I can go, you know, on my lunch break with Nano is just perfect, and we can explore all these little islands, and there are no houses and no other boats, and I can't see another soul. Yee! It's gonna be Nano's first time jumping on the board post-accident. Are you excited? Are you so excited? Yeah, you're so excited. Okay, let's go. Yeah, pulling the board here. So baby, varsågod. Slightly hesitant, but that's only good, because no hesitant leads to dog in the water. Duktig du är, älskling! Really foggy morning out here today. Got like 400 or 500 meters of visibility. My boat is covered in moths. Like, does that mean anything? Not like spiritually, but just like, is that because of the fog? Is that a warning of the fog? They're everywhere. Isn't it cool to be able to do 4 knots when the wind looks like this? Like, it's almost mirrored, and still I'm doing 4 knots. I stopped for the day the fog was just getting so thick I couldn't see anything. And I was kind of like looking for somewhere to drop the hook, and I went into like a really narrow area, and I could come in from the south and go out on the north, and because I was like, well, this isn't great for anchoring, I'm gonna find somewhere else. And both, like, the passage in was really tight, but the passage out was really tight. And there were two like balls in the water, and I thought that they were fishing nets because someone was fishing right next to them. But I was like, so I was following my chart, and I was like, but I kind of have to go on them, and then I was like, and then I just like reversed out, and on my reversing out I realized that one of them was green and one was red, well, orange. I was like, oh, okay, they're probably channel markers. And then a motorboat came and went through them, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. And then I called him and I was like, they're channel markers, right? And he was like, yeah, you can't go on that side of this one, you can't go on that side of this one. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, you're not the first one who's like run aground here. And I was like, we couldn't hear each other properly, but I was like, it's important that you know that I did not run aground. Like, I don't know, it's such a silly thing. But anyways, if you're watching this, kind man in the steel motorboat that said like Yxla or something on it, it's important to me that you know that I didn't run aground. I just realized that I was going to run aground if I kept on my course, so I reversed out. Yeah, I'm petty like that. Anyways, then I went through the channel markers and it was tight. So I won't be doing that again, but it was fine. And now I'm at an anchorage that's kind of too small, or like it just fits me, but like I can't drag, because then I'll be dragging onto land. But I'm still sick. I'm just so tired, and yep, this is where I ended up. And I realize when I'm looking at the camera right now that I should have just stayed in bed. I look like shit. But I was just like, I don't know. You know, when you're not really sick enough to just stay inside and like binge watch a show. So I was like, well, I mean, I can just like hoist the sails, drift along, and then it was just like an intense day of staring into the fog, trying not to run into someone. And yeah, I'm gonna take Nano ashore and then I'm gonna sleep.
Today, Nano and I have been together for 3 years. So I would have wanted to do something special with him, but I'm sick. So what is this? Why is there a wheelbarrow here? You're not allowed to go over? Who closed this? Why is this closed? Ugh, okay, I guess we won't go that way then. Who would close one of these? Honestly. Why? Okay, I guess we will walk on this side. Anyways, yeah, we've been together for 3 years. Normally I do something a little special to celebrate, but since I'm sick I just thought maybe like a walk in the woods and some extra snacks will have to do it. I have decided to not go to Norrtälje. What was I saying? Gosh, I shouldn't be recording when I'm sick. I should just take a break like normal people do. What was I saying? Right, I'm not going to Norrtälje because I'm sick, and there's gonna be like either no winds or really light headwinds, for the rest of the week. So like, even though I think that sailing is, you know, it doesn't require that much, so that's why I've still been like a little bit sailing even though I'm sick. But yeah, if it had been like following winds, I could have just swooshed on down, but it's not. So it's gonna be raining all week and stuff. Anyway, so I've decided to go to Furusund instead, because then I can take the bus to Norrtälje. So it only takes like 50 minutes and it runs a couple of times a day. So I thought today I will go to like another bay that's just like 4 miles away. I will motor there, not deflate the paddleboard, not do anything that will cost me extra work. But it's just like I have no reception where I am, and I don't want to be sick all week. Well, I'm gonna be sick all week either way, but I don't want to be called in sick from work all week. So if I'm gonna be able to work, I have to be somewhere with that better reception. So I'm gonna go there, and then I'm thinking Furusund on Friday, and then like all Saturday I can just like spend taking a bus and stuff up to Norrtälje so I can go to the freaking store. Okay, there is, I don't know what male sheep are called in English, but I'm over there, and it better be fucking friendly. Okay. I'm gonna see how they react, otherwise we'll cut through the woods, but I would like to walk on this path. There's sheep, and there's a cow over there too. You see it? Yay. The sheep seem very friendly, but they were ready to leave, and they were all sleeping so restfully, so we still took a big turn around so that they could rest in peace. Let's go say hi to the cows, maybe. Alright, this is it. I decided not to go to Norrtälje at all, and if you've been watching this video, you've probably been thinking to yourself, what is she doing? Go to bed. Yes, Nano agrees. Nano agrees. He's so wise. Yes, I know. I'm trying to talk to the people. Nano sends his best. But yeah, no, I'm finally like calling it for myself. It's this is it. I moved today again, but only very shortly, and with my motor. It's a really boring anchorage next to a road with cars. Crazy. But it's really safe and has good reception. So I just wanted to get somewhere where I could stay and just be sick and not have to worry about anything. The other anchorage was really nice, but it was really tight, so if I did get some wind I would have stressed out. Also, I had absolutely no reception. So once I start working again, I need reception. So yeah, I just motored here. It took me like an hour and a half from anchors up to anchors down. And it didn't rain on me, which was great. And yeah, this has been it of my why the fuck am I out sailing when I'm sick series. And now I will tuck myself in and go to bed and not sail again until I feel better. Thanks for watching. You know, akta women. Ursäkta mig, look where you're going. What if they... Thanks for watching this week's video. Oh, I mean, I did initially say that it was going to be a week of horrors, but golly, did I have a good time. It was so warm. Oh, it's not warm anymore. It's still August,
and this morning it was 11 degrees inside the boat. I am wearing base layers and a fleece, and this is how I do my editing because it's freezing. It's been a really cold summer, you guys. Anywho, thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. It's a long one. And a special thank you to everyone who's donated to my PayPal. It means the world to me. And something that also means the world to me is your comments. I love reading your comments. So just keep them coming, you guys. And if you're interested in donating to my PayPal, the link is paypal.me/seemeatsea. Alright, I think that's it. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again next week.